How many loves do you get in a lifetime? I've had 3. But we're not talking about them today. My honorary 4th love, content creation, is absolutely one of the loves of my life. For years, I've shared stories with you all and found my own unique way to create. And I realize this channel is bigger than me. What once started as a space to improve my mental health gradually became a recurring place many others found peace and comfort in. I'm so glad you found this channel. I'm so glad you stayed. And welcome to a new era. Everybody loves a comeback. Fuck yeah. Happy New Year, you guys. We have a lot to talk about. But before we get into it, let us wrap up December. We're going to do our scrapbook and our December journal together. A lot of you guys already know what this is, but for those who do not, I bought a brand new MacBook Pro. This is a very significant purchase for me because it really symbolizes everything I've done on YouTube for the past few years, especially last year. And I really wanted to save the box and open it with you guys. Full disclosure, I have opened the box. I've already used my new laptop. I thought it would be really fun to open it together. On the vlog, I literally saved every single part of it. Let's open this together. She's an absolute dream. I love her so much. I've already decked it out. I took my old laptop to Apple. They migrated all the data from the old laptop to this one. Just a little TLDR. I had my last one for 5.5 years. It's really exciting to have a brand new, super powerful laptop to take me through my YouTube journey as well as all of my other creative endeavors. And I'm just really, really happy that I have this laptop. And also, once again, thank you guys for supporting this channel, watching my videos. Literally would not have been able to get it without your guys' support. So thank you always. I thought it would be really fun to take you guys through a few things that I did to really update my creative life this year for 2026. You'll hear the podcast episode tomorrow. We are rebranding. I think every single year, everyone should have a rebrand. It just helps you have a really positive outlook on life. And that's something that's really important for me. Oh my gosh, I can actually see you guys so much clearer. So you guys have seen these glasses. I wanted to put my glasses on to let you guys know that I now have progressives. I have 20/20 vision. If you guys listened to one of my earlier podcast episodes, I shared why I got my glasses, but I was able to put my prescription on my very favorite pair of glasses. I've worn these now, I think for 2 years. I love them so much. These have blue light and they are a prescription lens. You guys will be seeing these on me for the foreseeable future. I'm supposed to use them while I'm looking at screens, while I'm reading. That's the gist of it. I don't want this to be super long, but I wanted to do a thorough chat about my rebrand and what a rebrand really means to me, as well as the things I have done to reset for 2026. I think it's really important to do an audit of what you didn't love in the year prior to be able to actually come into your new year stronger and better than ever. 2026 is literally going to be an incredible year. I'm so excited. I'm also really excited for you guys to hear tomorrow's podcast episode. If you're watching this on the 4th, when this video comes out, January 5th, the first podcast episode of the year. I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of every single episode I've ever done, but that one is really, really starting off the year so strong. Remember to go listen to the pod, but I'm going to summarize a lot of what I say on tomorrow's podcast. I'm trying to get comfortable. Also, oh my gosh, okay, I feel like there's honestly so much to say. I have not picked up my vlog camera in almost a month. The last time I touched my camera was December 8th. So I actually took such a long, much needed break from filming in general. I really needed to take a step back so that I can focus on myself and rest and really come back on the channel feeling refreshed and feeling really positive and strong about starting this new year. I think it's really important for everyone to take a beat, take a break. I'm really happy to be back. Time away from filming and creating allowed me to remember why I love it. Also, let my brain start to really brainstorm new and fun and creative ideas. I think I got a little bogged down last year, but don't you worry, that is in the past. I feel really, really good about the content I'm already in the works for 2026. It's going to be a really beautiful year of videos, and I'm so excited, and I hope you are as well. So, a rebrand. I fully believe that a rebrand is, oh wait, also, I'm just gonna yap for a while, if that's okay with you guys, because I haven't vlogged in almost a month. I have not filmed anything in almost 1 whole month, which is a very long time for me. I need to just let me yap. I'm reading my notes off of Notion. Notion is also a tool that I use so much. I've been using Notion for I think 2.5 years now, but I highly recommend Notion for planning and organizing. I am a very organized person. I need things to be in order. That's how I'm able to actually do all the things I do, is because I'm organized. I created a few templates in Notion for me to have brain dumps and to-do lists and schedules and calendars, planners for literally everything, for the podcast, for YouTube, management agency, everything. I feel really, really good about stepping into this new year. Specifically for today, we are going to be talking about the rebrand. To me, a rebrand doesn't mean you are completely changing who you are. You are not abandoning who you are. You are literally capitalizing off of who you are and improving. It's about improving. My favorite quote of last year was, don't spend another year doing the same shit. It'll hit every time. It'll hit every single time I hear it, because I just think, wait, yeah, I cannot spend this year doing the same things I did last year. That means I did not grow and I did not develop. No, we don't like that energy. We want to improve and be better and better versions of ourselves. With my rebrand specifically, I knew it was really important for me to take a step back and figure out what were the pockets of life that matter to me the most, and then go forth and actually pour into those. Realistically, I can't touch every single facet of my life right now because there are a lot. I don't want to stretch myself out too thin and then half-ass the things in my life, because then I'm not actually improving them. I'm not doing the best I can. I want to do a few things the best I can. 2026, I'm not stretching myself too thin. I did that a lot last year. We're not doing that. Rebranding, in my opinion, is really focusing in and honing in on the few things in your life that you want to improve on, master them, get them to a really good place, and then do other things. This year, I have a lot of goals and I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish, which is a beautiful thing. However, I also am being very realistic with some of the things that I can do in certain pockets of this year. One of the biggest things I will be doing this year is running the New York City Marathon. I talk about this on my podcast. I'm very excited, and I will definitely be talking more about it as the year goes on, but that is one of the biggest goals that will be accomplished this year. Very excited. Another really big goal for 2026 is hiring out. I'm at a point in my creative career that hiring out is the way that I really elevate and accelerate in my life. Also, my word of the year is elevate. I recommend everyone have a word of the year. I think it's really fun to have a word, hone in on it, and really let that word guide you through the year. My word of 2026 is elevate. I'm looking forward to elevating in a lot of areas in my life, but I realize that will require me to outsource and hire out and have other people do things so that I can do the things that only I can do. Does that make sense? More to come on that, but honestly, my really detailed explanations of some of these things really are all just on my podcast. I've said this before, the podcast will go into the most detail of any platform I am on. I'm on so many platforms, and the podcast goes into the most detailed version of my life and my thoughts. You've been told. If you want to know more information about some of the things I'm saying, listen to my podcast, listen weekly. I'm just going to read off the 5 components of any successful rebrand, and I go into detail on every single thing on tomorrow's podcast if you're watching this in real time. Number 1, a 90-day plan and weekly checkpoints. Number 2, create an environment that supports your growth. Number 3, movement is a priority. Number 4, what you look like determines how you feel. And number 5, you are your greatest project. That is everything in a really holistic, robust rebrand. And I'm very excited to apply all of these things into 2026 and really see how I elevate through that. The New Year audit. I really want to take some time and talk about the things that I have done in the last week to reset essentially and audit my life to make it better for 2026. I have done so many appointments, you guys. I got a pedicure, a really thorough pedicure, got my hair cut. So it was supposed to be a trim, and I realized I didn't even say this on the podcast, so this is actually just on YouTube. I actually got a haircut. They cut it pretty short just so that we can essentially do a restart. We are restarting our natural hair journey. I have the products, I have the regimen. When we chat at the end of this year, I'm really looking forward to seeing how my hair improves. I got a facial. I really wanted to talk to you guys about the skincare I've been loving, and honestly my entire skincare routine. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit in this video. I got my brows done. I get my brows done once a month. I got a massage and I needed it so badly. I'm pretty sure those are all the things I did bodily. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but I believe that's all I did bodily. For my space, I decluttered this apartment. Oh my gosh, it took an entire day. So much stuff. I decluttered both my closets. I decluttered the storage under my bed. I decluttered the kitchen. I decluttered literally everything. I threw away so much stuff. I donated a ton of stuff. I deep cleaned. This is the cleanest the apartment has ever been since I moved in. I feel really, really, really good about that. Taking out things that I have not touched, I do not wear, they don't fit me anymore, broken, whatever. Doing that practice really set the tone for how I felt. I was super tired after I did all that, but then when I was laying down, I thought, wow, I feel so much lighter. I really, really do. And that made me really, really happy to just start with a clean slate. We are literally starting with a clean slate, and I couldn't be happier. Next, I did my digital detox. There's a lot that went into the digital detox. Let's start off with my phone and my laptop storage. I went through, deleted all these videos and photos that I don't need anymore. And most of them actually were videos that I used on past YouTube vlogs. So I don't need them taking up space on my phone because of course I already used the footage on the YouTube vlog. So they're already on YouTube. I don't need to have them sitting on my phone. That's just one example. So I went through and did that on my phone. I deleted all my old messages. I realized that old messages take up so much space on your phone. I had a lot. Okay, I actually had years and years worth of messages from people who I don't even talk to or don't even like. And so I needed to cut them out. On that note, I did my great unfollowing. I mentioned this on my podcast episode, but I essentially go through every single one of my followings on my socials and I remove people who I don't align with or I just don't want them in my sphere anymore, and vice versa. I just take them out so that who I'm seeing on my feed are the people who actually inspire me and the people who actually make me feel good. I recommend everyone to do that. The digital detox for me also meant doing some organization on my laptop. So like I said, I created a few Notion templates to really set me up for success with my work endeavors. I also made a budget template because I need to be a lot more stringent on spending money. I know that I'm not completely overdoing it with spending money. I absolutely know that. However, there are some expenses that I mindlessly do and I just need to rein it in a little bit. I do also want to do a no buy week in the near future. We'll see how that goes and we'll see if I actually do it. But I really want to start budgeting a little better in 2026. And I think that's it. I think that's it in terms of the audit. I really picked apart a lot of areas in my life and decided that I wanted to improve and change certain things going into this new year so that we can start it off on the right foot. And I already feel really, really good about the actions and steps I took for that. So I hope something in there inspired you to also do a reset, do an audit, and really just rebrand. Rebrands, I think, are so great. I am pro a rebrand. All right, we just completed our journal and jars as well as our scrapbook for not only December, but for the entire 2025. It was such a fun project to pour into last year. I will unpack the entire thing and more of my thoughts on it on next week's YouTube video, but I really did want to say it was so fun and I'm really happy that I adopted that activity for last year. And we're gonna do some tweaks for 2026. I'm still trying to figure out what I exactly want to do, but all of that chat will be in next week's episode, so stay tuned for that. We are ready to talk about vision boarding, specifically our 2025 vision board. I like to wait until the entire year's wrapped to unveil what was actually on my vision board given the year's over, so it makes me feel more comfortable to now share it. I've talked about vision boards on my podcast, on YouTube vlogs in the past, but essentially vision boards are for you. They're not for anyone else, but I like to share my thoughts on it and share my previous ones for anybody to get some inspiration and some motivation, and honestly just to know how to do one if you don't know how to do one already. I pulled up Canva. Canva is where I have made all my vision boards, and I've made them since 2021. Highly recommend using that resource. It's free. And on my vision board, I like to do a mix of photos and quotes. I'm a words of affirmation person, so quotes and inspirational, motivational, really uplifting messages go really far with me. I definitely put, I would say 50% is quotes, and then the other half is just really curated photos. These photos are pretty specific to me and my life and what I actually have wanted to accomplish. So we're gonna detail them one by one. So I'm looking down, but I'm gonna put on the screen so you guys see it here, but I'm looking down so I can actually talk through each of the photos of the screenshots of the whole vision board I took. So there's 5. This segment of my 2025 vision board, I have an Amex card, I have a camcorder, I have a girl with AirPods on walking, I have a girl at a basketball game, and then I have a girl taking a photo of her hair, so essentially hair growth. Why I put the Amex card on here is because I've heard a lot about the perks you get with an Amex card. Because I have a business, I am in the process of applying to get a specific type of Amex card. Camcorder, that's essentially just taking videos and capturing moments, which you guys already know. We do a lot of that here on the vlogs. But I also did buy a new camera this year. It's been really fun to play with, and it's also just helped me further flex my creative muscle, which has been super fun. The girl at the basketball game, as some of you guys know, I did get to go to my very first NBA game here in Madison Square Garden. Went to go see the Knicks in February, and that was so much fun. And I made sure to get a photo just like that from the back, just enjoying the game. That was such a fun experience. The girl walking with her headphones in, that is me literally every single day. I mentioned that I really wanted to prioritize walks this year. Whenever I walk, I am wearing my headphones and I am just locked in. Getting movement last year was really important to me, and I definitely want to take that into 2026. The girl taking a photo of her hair growth, as I told you guys, early 2025, my hair growth was at the top of my priority. Although it was the top of my priority, there were things going on with my hair that I didn't even know. I'm proud of myself for going back and talking to the people who know what they're doing in terms of hair health, seeing certain doctors, going to the proper salons to make sure that my hair is on track. So although my hair didn't grow substantially last year, I have put so much in motion so that 2026 we have a really big year for my hair in a positive way. This next portion of my 2025 vision board, we have 3 girls wearing ski gear. So they're obviously skiing, snowboarding. I went to go ski for my very first time ever in March in New York. It was a little bit upstate. Me and the 2 girls who I was with, we made sure to get literally that exact picture. That was really fun that I got to complete that earlier on this year. And I would say I would definitely ski again. It's definitely a costly, expensive sport, but it was really fun and I wasn't bad. I actually was pretty good. The photo right next to that is 3 girls laying on the beach. And last year I went to Hamptons for an entire week with girls who I met on TikTok. We did 2 separate beach days and it was nice to actually see that come into fruition. This was a project that I put into motion solely on TikTok. The response to that project was really, really great, and it made me really proud that I put something in motion and actually saw it through. Spending an entire week in the Hamptons was honestly really, really, really fun and definitely a core memory. All right, this portion of my vision board, we have a plain view. We also have a girl running a race. So for the plane, that represents travel. I am very, very big on travel. I would say maybe 30-40% now of my channel really focuses on my solo travel, and I definitely want to do more in 2026. And I would say in 2025, I really impressed myself with how much I got out and traveled. I went to Ireland, I went to Maine, I went to Vermont, I went back to San Francisco, I went to Tahoe, I went to Stagecoach. I know I'm forgetting something, but I went to so many places last year and I'm really happy about that. And I really believe that travel is so important for the soul and to develop yourself. Traveling, I very much did in 2025 and I cannot wait to do more this year. And then the girl finishing her race. This is totally representative of my running journey in 2025. As a lot of you guys know, I literally started running at the very end of 2024, December 2024. And then in 2025, I ran 2 half marathons, as well as a handful of 5Ks and a few 10Ks. I was really proud of myself for leaning into running, and not even just running for fun, but running to really improve myself. I think I saw that through each race I did, because races are so different than just running for fun. And I really pushed myself last year. I'm very excited to put running back at the forefront of 2026. We have a lot of fun things involving running for 2026 that you will hear about in time. And I can't wait to take you guys along that journey. All right, this portion of my vision board has girls taking a photo. We have a poolside Mac event. We have a girl at a farmer's market. So for the 3 girls who are taking a photo, for me, that was very representative of finding new friendships in New York City. I have talked about friendships at length, mostly on my podcast, but I do have a few videos on this channel about my struggle with friendships, specifically in New York, because it is just so different than anywhere else I've been. And I really wanted to put that at the forefront. And I do believe that I ended 2025 feeling really good about the friends that I do have and the people who I pour into. They also pour into me. They also check in with me. And that is all I can ask for. So I'm very happy about that. Photo of the poolside Mac event. This is representative of my very spontaneous Stagecoach adventure. If you guys watched that vlog, you know that I got invited to the Dossier Perfumes mansion party in the desert. They literally had a setup just like that photo. They had a pool, they had the Dossier logo in the pool. We had so much food, so much activities. Everyone was taking photos. I met some actually pretty big influencers as well. And I met the team at Dossier. And that all came about just because I posted on TikTok and said I really wanted to manifest going to Stagecoach, and I did. And that was such an amazing trip. But looking back at the photo, it makes me really proud because I quite literally manifested that exact replica of an event for myself this year. Girl at the farmers market. I went to a few farmers markets this year. Went to the Union Square farmers market a few times. Those were really nice times to just be solo, take in the vendors, and also just walk around. I find that activities like that are really fun for me to connect with myself. And along with the solo trips, I do share with you guys a lot about my time solo and just enjoying the everyday moments. And that was really representative of that. And the last portion of my 2025 vision board I wanted to share with you guys is all photos, actually. This first photo is a girl holding her MacBook, all pink, with her AirPods, taking a mirror selfie. If you guys saw my camera roll, I have so many mirror selfies. Have been loving pouring into putting on a cute outfit and remembering that outfit by taking photos. And I actually want to go through my camera roll and put them all in a separate album, but I feel like that was just representative of me putting my best foot forward and really leaning into being a girly girl and dressing up. Right next to it is a presentation panel. So someone's speaking at the front and then there is a room full of people. Back in May of 2025, I got asked to lead a panel. I was really nervous, but I also was really excited for that opportunity. That was one of the first times I have spoken in a room full of people that was over 100 people. And it was a very great experience for me professionally, but also it gave me so much confidence to be able to be in front of a room of people, speak my mind, express myself. After that panel, a lot of the people who were in the audience came up to me separately and told me I did a great job, and also wanted to work with me and get my contact after for networking. And I just felt really good about that experience. Realized after that experience, I really do want to lean more into public speaking, doing events adjacent to that. Let's just put it out there. 2026 will be more of putting myself out there in those ways. The photo in the left-hand corner, an iPad playing music, and then there are beauty products on the counter. This is representative of me moving into this current apartment. As you guys know, moved back in August, and I really wanted to have a space dedicated for my vanity and for my makeup outside of the bathroom. So I actually hired TaskRabbit to come in and mount my vanity, as well as mount a shelf for me to put my products on. And then I have my speaker that I literally listen to every single time I sit down and do my makeup. I'm always listening to music. It's something that helps me really romanticize the act of putting myself together, feeling really confident and really pretty when I'm doing my makeup. I really, really like that practice. It's been something I've actually only been doing here in this apartment. That photo really inspired me this year to romanticize the act of getting ready. The photo next to that is a girl at a bookstore looking at books, buying books. That one definitely goes without saying. 2025 was the year of books, and it was the year of me really, really leaning into this side of myself that I really enjoyed. And looking back on my channel, actually, the video that I first really announced that I wanted to lean into this part of YouTube, but also really publicly sharing it, that is one of my most viewed videos last year, which led me to believe that not only should I be continuing to share from the heart and share the things that I really care about, you guys will also be receptive to whatever I share, because it is something that matters to me. There's so many people who love books on YouTube I didn't even know, but I'm just happy that my love of books has brought me to more people on the internet. I really enjoy sharing my time at bookstores, the act of looking into books, buying books, and honestly just talking about books in general. I did a lot of that in 2025, and that makes me really happy. That is essentially my 2025 vision board breakdown. Those are literal snippets from last year's vision board. There are some photos, to be transparent, I did not show you. Those are things that I kind of want to just keep to myself, specifically because some of those things did not happen, but also some things will be on the 2026 vision board. So hopefully at the end of 2026, we can chat about those. But why I wanted to say that in specific is because your vision board, of course, it is for you, and you can decide if you want to share it or not. No one can force you to, but I really wanted to emphasize that it is also okay if something did not come true. I think a lot of people forget that. It's not super realistic to fully believe that every single thing is going to come true. A lot of things will come true, of course. Literally 90% of my vision board came true, and I'm really proud of that. And that's kind of the trending result of all the vision boards I've ever had. But it is important to remember that even if something doesn't happen in a given year, that doesn't mean you forget it and never try for it again. Just put it on your next vision board and really strive for it in your next year. So with that, I'm very, very excited for the 2026 vision board. I made it on New Year's Eve. I did not go out on New Year's Eve. I don't really like going out on New Year's Eve. I spent my time in my room. I curated the entire apartment, lit the candles. I had a poppy in my wine glass. I had some ambiance on my TV, and I just sat for like 2.5 hours on Pinterest, and then I went on Canva and made my 2026 vision board, which I also put on my phone screen. I always make sure it's my desktop screensaver, and then I transfer it also to my phone so that every single time I pick up my phone, I see my vision board, and I'm very excited about it. Also, this year I did do a physical vision board. Me and my friend went to Michael's and we got all the supplies and we made a whole night of it. I had her over. We had such a fun girls' night where we yapped for 4 hours. We had magazines, we had stickers, we had it all, and we created our vision boards for 2026, the physical one. And my physical one and my digital one look completely different, of course, but I actually love that. I love that my physical one, which is right over there, it has an entirely different vibe from my digital one. For my physical one, I love that I also added keywords that I wanted to remember for 2026. I think I already said this, but my word of 2026 is elevate. We're absolutely going to be elevating in 2026. I really like how it turned out, and I'm really excited that I also have something so physical that I will see every single morning. Literally, it will be the first thing I see when I wake up. I love it. So I recommend everyone definitely make a digital one, but try to also make a physical one. This was my very first time making a physical one, and honestly, I want to do it again next year. All right, we are live from the bathroom. I really wanted to walk you guys through my skincare audit. This is essentially just tell you guys the products I use on my skin every single day. All of these products were formulated by my facialist, and I've been doing this for over 2 years. My skin is the way it is because I've been very, very, very consistent with these products. I'll also link them all below in one link if anyone is curious about anything I'm saying, but I really wanted to talk through the order in which I do everything too, because obviously that matters. Let's do a little skincare audit together. One second. Can we hear me? Hopefully. Skincare is obviously so important. I really prioritized my skincare in 2024. I had really bad skin, in my opinion. Most of my adult life, I've had acne since I was 13. Unfortunately, I've had adult acne ever since. It really sucks to have acne as an adult, of course. So I really wanted to get a handle on that. That was my highest priority in 2024, to figure out how to really make this work. So I started getting facials at the beginning of 2024 with this facialist who I'm talking about, and she was so great with, well, actually, oh my gosh, no. Sorry. At the end of 2023, I started getting facials from her. So I've known her, since the end of 2023. So I've known her for 2 years now, and she honestly saved me. She absolutely saved me. Really got into the nitty-gritty of the things I was doing wrong, because I was doing a lot of things wrong, and that's okay. But she really helped me course correct. Before I even talk about the products, she told me that in the morning, all you need to do is a cleanser, a vitamin C serum, moisturizer, and SPF. Those are the only things that you need to do in the morning. At night, you should be double cleansing, 2 different types of cleansers, or doing the same cleanser twice. Then any ointments or acne treatments that you put on, and then hyaluronic acid for hydration, and then your moisturizer. That is essentially all you need for your skin, as well as twice a week you should be exfoliating. And I'm going to show you guys the exfoliation I use twice a week. Let's start with our cleanser. This cleanser I've been using for 2 years. This is a all-in-one cleanser, and it really gets into your pores and really, again, cleanses your skin. So I do this first every single morning. I shower in the morning, so I do this in the shower. Once I'm out of the shower, I use my vitamin C serum. So this vitamin C serum also has hyaluronic acid, and I mentioned that a bit ago. Hyaluronic acid is for hydration, and especially in the winter, hyaluronic acid is your best friend to put more hydration back into your skin. I realized that in the mornings, I don't have any issues with my hydration on my skin because this already has hyaluronic acid in it, but I had to find a separate hyaluronic acid for nighttime so that I still have hydration only for the winter. I only experience this in the winter. I don't even experience this at all in any other time of the year. It's just in winter where I need that double hydration. So I'm gonna show you that in a second. After your vitamin C and your hyaluronic acid, then you're gonna do your face moisturizer. This one from Kiehl's is amazing. My facialist literally told me that I specifically need an oil-free one, so she said, get this one. So I've been getting this for 2 years, and I love it. It has not broken me out and has not made any problems for my skin. It's only helped my skin. So I do this after the vitamin C serum, and then after that, we set everything with our SPF. Our SPF is the last thing we put on our face before we leave the bathroom and start our day. It needs to be the last layer on our skin. So I also use Kiehl's. Kiehl's is literally one of my favorite brands ever. Been using them for many, many, many years beyond just being in New York. But I love Kiehl's and I love this SPF. This is SPF 50. It also has collagen peptides in it. So that is our morning skincare routine. And for the evening, we do some of the same things, but then we also do a few different things. So at night we are double cleansing, and double cleansing is really important to fully get all the gunk off of your skin during your whole day. Especially living in New York, I realize how gross the air is, honestly. Back in California, the air was so much cleaner, and honestly, I do miss California for that reason and many other reasons, but I love New York too. Anyways, the air in New York is not the cleanest, so double cleansing is definitely a lot more important because I live here. We're cleansing with this at night. And then here is our second cleanse. My facialist recommended this product. So this is the Dr. Dennis Gross Daily Cleansing Gel. So this is my second round of cleanser. I just take a tiny little bit, cleanse my skin. And like I said before, after all that, that's when you would put some of your acne treatments. If you have any, I use tretinoin, which is a topical cream. So I put tretinoin on my skin. And after that, I go in with my hyaluronic serum. So this is the secondary hyaluronic product I got for my skin simply to use at night because I realized I really need double moisture every single day. I also got an eye cream specifically. I found that as well, the skin around my eyes got really, really dry. And I know it's because I use tretinoin and also because it's really, really, really cold outside. And when it's cold, the air is dry and that's what's making your skin so dry. So I also got a eye cream that's very hydrating that I use at night for exfoliation. This is only to be done twice a week. So I usually do, I think, Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday. I use the Dr. Dennis Gross Daily Peel Pads. They have multiple different types, but this is the universal one. So it's the one that's not super harsh because they have like a really harsh one for really tough skin. And then they have, I think they have a more gentle one than this. This is just the one for all skin types essentially. So I use this twice a week. You literally just open it, buff out your skin with number one, wait 1 minute, and then use number two, buff out your skin, wait 1 to 2 minutes. This would be after you double cleanse and before you do your hyaluronic acid serum and your moisturizer at night. If anyone was curious why my skin, no, just kidding. I mean, my skin definitely looks leaps and bounds better than even 2 years ago. And it's because I've been so consistent. Also, I think that's the most important thing. You gotta be consistent. I've been doing this same regimen for 2+ years, and that's why my skin is finally treating me well. My complexion looks really good and my texture looks really good. And it's because I've done all of this so consistently. Again, I will leave all of these products down below. If anyone needs an update in their skincare routine, why not start the year off with a really good skincare routine? And again, this is literally from a facialist. This is not just me yapping. This is a facialist recommended routine. So I believe this will help somebody who's watching this. We've really improved with my skin, and honestly, that's all I can ask for. All right, bye. I really wanted to further yap about my podcast, Misunderstood. It's very important to me. I started it literally January 1st of 2025. So we are a year old in the podcast. A lot of really great things happen with the podcast in a year. I won an award on Spotify Wrapped. The award was the Instant Hit Show Award, which essentially means as a new show, it got a lot of eyes on it, a lot of downloads, and Spotify recognized it as a show to keep an eye on. That makes me really proud because I, like I said, started it at the beginning of last year, and within a year, a lot of growth happened. I get DMs and messages from people all the time saying that the podcast has inspired them, helped them, motivated them, got them through a really hard time. Stuff like that will make me cry, happy tears, because I realize the impact I have, and I was scared for a long time to start that endeavor, but I'm really, really happy I did it. I'm seeing how much it's helped me grow, but it's impacting other people. It's bigger than me, and that's a really powerful thing. With that said, I really wanted to shout out a few episodes that I've done recently that really tie into this whole topic of rebrand, reset. Also, I am going to be doing a New Year's series. I mentioned that on tomorrow's episode. I really want to focus on self-improvement episodes all of January because I think it is a really great time to hone in on your goals and really focus on the things you want to do to improve your life. Look out for that. The first one is number 49, how you're romanticizing winter, your ultimate winter bucket list. I go through every single thing that I want to do in winter. And yes, we are in a new year, but we are also in the thick of winter right now. There's a lot of times that it makes me feel a little conflicted in January specifically because I want to put my best foot forward and I want to do all these things and I want to be productive and I want to be successful. But then emotionally I'm struggling because winter is the most depressing time of the year. Made that podcast episode with that in mind to romanticize this season that isn't so cheery and to find the pockets of peace and the pockets that can really lift your spirits during this time. Number 51, you can bounce back, a chat about personal appearance and body confidence. This episode was really important for me to get a lot of things off my chest about the way I have been feeling towards myself, and also, of course, to help anyone else who has been experiencing any of the same. I essentially take a magnifying glass to myself, analyze the things that I haven't been loving in my appearance, actionable steps to what I've been doing to rectify it. I think it's really important for all of us to remember that just because we feel not so great temporarily, that doesn't mean that we're gonna feel like this all the time. It is temporary and we can change it and we can bounce back. I talk about my hair journey. I talk about my weight journey. I talk about a lot of things that I know a lot of people have experienced, and I just brought those things to the forefront. Number 52, how to actually do your winter arc so you come out of winter thriving. I loved this episode. Again, I love every single episode I've ever created, but something about this episode in specific, I felt so much passion for the topic. I really heard it in how I was speaking and how I was sharing all my explanations in this specific episode. I go over 9 Ds, so essentially 9 words that start with a D. I curated a list of 9 items that are essential for any winter arc. If you don't know what a winter arc is, it's essentially doing inner work, self-improvement work to set you up for a really positive and really fruitful new year. Honestly, I don't think it's too late to start a winter arc. We are literally in winter, so I do believe that you can do your winter arc at any time in winter and still be very successful. And number 53, the people, places, and things you're leaving in 2025. This was my most recent episode, and this was the very last episode of 2025. I really wanted to wait until the end of the year to bring this specific episode because I wanted to do an audit of the entire year and really understand the people, places, and things that weren't serving me. I don't want to hide about it anymore. I don't want to act like they aren't issues. And I was very, very honest, and I brought a lot of things to light that, again, a lot of people don't talk about, but on the podcast, it's really important for me to share my truth. I do believe the podcast is my safest space. With that, I gave a very honest list of 5 people, 5 places, and 5 things that I'm leaving in 2025. Hopefully you also are leaving in 2025 to really make room for all the good that 2026 and beyond can give you. That was a little podcast update. I just wanted to remind you guys that I have a podcast. Yes, I think I talk about it almost every episode, but I've said this on my podcast. My YouTube and my podcast are so intertwined. My YouTube is essentially a visual diary of my life and the things I like to do, but my podcast is me to my core. YouTube is definitely a safe space, and I love YouTube for so many reasons, but now that I have the podcast, it honestly opened up a deeper layer to what I can share. And also, it's a very liberating space for me. Also, throughout my time on YouTube, I've gotten so many different questions about a lot of facets of life that I don't share on YouTube. And I don't share them on YouTube intentionally because, again, this is my platform and I know what I want to bring onto this platform specifically, which is why I have my podcast. I believe almost everything that anyone has ever asked me on YouTube, out of all the years I've been on YouTube, if I look at any comment that anyone has ever asked me that I haven't answered, it has been answered in detail on my podcast. I can bet my entire life on that. That's what it's for. That's what the podcast is for me to share my personal experiences about life and integrate them into stories that I love. I love storytelling. You guys know I love storytelling. The podcast is a way that I can do storytelling that I can't really do on YouTube, and that's okay because YouTube has a completely different purpose. It's more so for my mental health, and it's more so to visually storytell things that I absolutely love. But my podcast, Misunderstood, serves a very important purpose. And I'm seeing that through how many people have downloaded and followed the podcast. It really shows with how it's being received, and I'm really, really happy about that. I needed to say that up top on this first video of 2025 to remind you guys to also go listen to my podcast weekly, just like you watch these YouTube videos weekly. They truly go hand in hand, and there's so many pockets that I cover on there that intentionally I don't cover on YouTube, and it is for good reason. All right, and last but not least, of course, we have to talk about books. Before we actually get into our December reading wrap up, I really wanted to share how happy I am that this love of books for me in 2025 has really brought me to a lot more of you guys. Although I wouldn't say that I'm a booktuber, I really enjoy talking about books, and I really enjoy sharing reading vlogs, and I really enjoy this new world of books that I have recently found in the last year that will very much be at the forefront of this channel in 2026. Of course, I will do so many other things this year, but books has been a facet of my life in 2025 that I absolutely want to continue on bringing to you guys and sharing how happy it makes me in 2026. With that said, we have to talk about all the books we read in December. If you guys watch Vlogmas, you know that I took you guys pretty much up until November with my full reading wrap up for the year. You guys saw me read all of the books for the most part, but I didn't really get to share holistically the books of December. I'm pulling up my Goodreads right now. In December, I read 8 books. I cannot believe I read 8 books in 1 month, but I know it's mostly because of Vlogmas and the fact that I really pushed myself to do so much in Vlogmas. That's definitely why I got 8 books done in 1 month. I know that's not going to be the standard, and that's okay. I can realistically read 4 books in a month, which we'll chat about in a second. I was really proud of myself that I read 8 books in 1 month. So the books we read: Lights Out by Navessa Allen, The Christmas Tree Farm by Lori Gilmore, Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, The Holiday Switch by Tiff Marcello, A Man Called Uva by Frederick Bachman, The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose, Love in Winter Wonderland by Abiola Bello, and The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. If you're curious about what I thought about any of these, go watch the Vlogmas videos. The only 5-star of the entire bunch of December was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was such a powerful book. I cried. You guys saw the vlog. I was really impressed by that book. I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing style. I read The Seven Husbands last year and also gave it a 5-star. Love it. So I'm really looking forward to reading more of her books. But overall, I'm happy that I read the books I read in December. It kept me very engaged overall. We also touched a few different genres: romance, historical fiction, some Christmas books. Oh, we did one thriller. Really, really happy with our December books. I finished 2025 reading 27 books, which blows my mind. If you have been here since the beginning of 2025, at least, you know that I said my only goal was to read 1 book a month. I doubled that essentially by the end of the year and read 27 books. I'm really, really, really proud of that. It just shows that one, I can put my mind to something and do it. And two, the books carried me through. I was so enticed by what I was reading and I wanted to keep on reading. Every single time I had finished a book, I was looking to read another one. I was itching to literally pick up another book. And that is such a great feeling. And I also think that my brain expanded in really good ways. I created a lot of depth with my vocabulary and my reading speed. Everything really improved because I started reading last year. That is very much why we need to keep it going. So with that said, I've decided that my 2026 reading goal is to read 50 books. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is essentially double what I read last year. That is a really big goal for sure, but I believe I can do it if I really, really set my mind to it. Like we talked about, the beginning of 2025, all I wanted to read was 12 books. I read 27. If I read 27, I could read 50. I don't know where that logic is coming from, but I know I can do it. If I say I can do it, I can do it. That's about 4 books a month. We're gonna have to find 2 months to read at least 5 books. January, let's talk about our January TBR. Of course, we are starting the year off reading. Yesterday, the first of the year, I started my first book of 2026, which is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. You guys, I read 125 pages yesterday. I really like it. If you don't know, this is a romance. This is set in London and it follows Magnolia and BJ, and they have a very tumultuous relationship. They aren't even together, but they once were. He is not treating her right. Let's just say that. He's just making these recurring mistakes. Honestly, Magnolia deserves better, but the writing style is so fast-paced and very beautiful. I have already took a photo of a few pages that really hit, really made me feel. Also, I really wanted to start off the year with a romance. Romance is my favorite genre. Even though 2025, I honestly experimented with so many genres that I didn't even think I would read ever, that I also love, but romance is still my favorite genre. I thought, yeah, we need to start this year off with a romance. I really like it. Even though BJ, I'm not loving his character because of the things that he keeps on putting Magnolia through, but their undeniable magnetic pull is palpable. It's crazy. I like it. And I also like that it's set in London. I need to go back to London. I went in 2023. Believe that I could finish this in the next 2 days, to be very honest. I'm gonna read a little bit later today, but I'm enjoying it so far. We have a few other books that I definitely want to read in January. Let me grab them. Books I'm planning on reading in January. I'm aiming for 4. 3 other books we're going to read in January. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I'm so excited to read this. I'm reading this right after Magnolia Parks. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Everyone says that this is their favorite Emily Henry book out of her whole repertoire of books. Very, very excited to read this one. Us Against You by Frederick Bachman, which is the second book in the Beartown series. As you guys know, I read Beartown in September. Really enjoyed it. This just feels like such a wintry book. There's literally snow on the cover. I'm very excited to read these books. We have a lot of good non-phone activities to keep us really engaged and really uplifted, especially at the start of this new year in the thick of winter. I really do recommend and encourage everybody to find non-phone activities to spend their downtime. Of course, we are in such a digital world. Scroll when you want to scroll, but don't let it consume you. That's one big goal for me this year, is to fully decrease my screen time. There are so many ways that I know that I can decrease my phone time and also just pour more into activities I love. I'm gonna be taking you guys through a lot of non-phone activities in the next few months, so stay tuned for that. I found that 2025 was really the year of me doing a lot of side quests and hobbies, and it kept me really happy. I think that's it for today. Really hope that you enjoyed this video. Have missed you guys. It's literally been almost a month since I've vlogged, and honestly, weirdly, I feel feel a little out of practice. I feel like I need to remember how to vlog again, but all that really matters is I share from the heart, share the things that I love and I'm inspired by, and I know that the people on the other side, you guys will find some comfort in. Happy 2026 once again. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe if you're new here. We have videos live every single Sunday. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, as I hope you did. I will see you guys next week.